Hi guys, today we're going to talk about Prince Harry. We're going to talk about his testimony in front of the court yesterday. But before doing so, he put together a statement that he gave to the court. The statement is quite long, it's 50 pages long. I've read a few of them. I haven't read everything, to be honest, because it's way too long. But I'm going to give you here the parts that interested me, and that's really heartbreaking. The first part I'm giving you here is the part where he explains his relationship to the press and how the press operated in order to cast each and every member of the royal family in a particular role, and how they will exploit it in order to make money in the tabloid press. This is what Prince Harry said. It is no secret that I have had and continue to have a very difficult relationship with the tabloid press in the UK. In my experience as a member of the royal family, each of us get cast into a specific role by the tabloid press. You start off as a blank canvas while they work out what kind of person you are and what kind of problems and temptations you might have. They then start to edge you towards playing the role or roles that suit them best and which sells as many newspapers as possible, especially if you are the spare to the heir. You are then either the playboy prince, the failure, the dropout, or in my case, the thicko, the cheat, the underage drinker, the irresponsible drug taker, the list goes on. As a teenager and in my early 20s, I ended up feeling as though I was playing up to a lot of the headlines and stereotypes that they wanted to pin on me, mainly because I thought that if they are reading this rubbish about me and people were believing it, I might as well do the crime, so to speak. It was a downward spiral, whereby the tabloids would constantly try and coax me, a damaged young man, into doing something stupid that will make a good story and sell lots of papers. Looking back on it now, such behavior on their part is utterly vile. While they would of course report on my successes in life, it seems to be that they took far greater pleasure in knocking me down time and time again. This extended to my relationships. I always felt as if the tabloids wanted me to be single, as I was much more interesting to them and sold more newspapers. Whenever I got into a relationship, they were very keen to report the details, but would then very quickly seek to try and break it up by putting as much strain on it and creating as much distress as humanly possible, as I shall go into in more details later on in this statement. This twisted objective is still pursued to this day, and even though I am now married. Whenever I have a relationship, I have always tried to be the best partner that I possibly could, but every woman has her limits. Unfortunately, they are not just in relationship with me, but with the entire tabloid press as a third party. And at no point did I have a girlfriend or relationship with anyone without the tabloid getting involved and ultimately trying to ruin it using whatever unlawful means at their disposal. Again, I will go into this in more details later. And he went on to say, of course, I accept my public role within the royal family and know that every time I put a suit and a tie on in order to carry out an official engagement, I'm going to get photographed because most of the press are always there. Even if I get papped on the way there or on the way back, then that's absolutely fine too, because it's expected. But if the next day I want to go out and take my dog for a walk, I would expect some level of privacy, which unfortunately does not and never has existed for me. Despite the common misconception, I was no more than 5% funded by the taxpayer while I was working royal in the UK. Yet, it felt as though the tabloid press thought that they owned me absolutely and deserved to know everything there is to know about me, my life, my movement, the lives of those people who came into my orbit. So this is the part that I was interested in. This actually tells you how Prince Harry felt while living as a working royal, or even earlier when he was a kid. He had no peace. He was always written about in the most callous way, negative way, humiliating way. And this is what he's saying here. He's saying that no matter what he did, it was never good. It was always negative, always reported negatively. They reported his success, but they took a particular perverse in writing negative stories about him. And he said that at one point he was like, you know what? You write that I'm the worst of the worst. Well, I might as well be the worst of the worst because the public believe it anyway. I might as well do it anyway. This is how I interpreted things. So it was really interesting. I'm going to put a link to the expose or to the statement of Prince Harry. And when you have time, I would advise you to read it. It's very eye-opening. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hope you like the video. Feel free to click on like if it's the case. Subscribe for more videos and click on the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. Thank you.